Good day, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I'm your host, the voice of reason. So, in this episode, I wanted to talk about the ongoing fighting inside of the Horn of Africa, specifically the Tigray region. There is currently an operation underway, Operation Alula, by the Tigrayan Defense Force Army. This involves all three corps of the Tigrayan Defense Forces in an operation to significantly degrade and destroy Ethiopian army units that have moved into central Tigray. So, what I'm going to try and do is explain what exactly occurred and the overall, what I would define as really a brilliant strategy behind the TDF operation that is currently underway. So, as we know, the Eritrean army, the Ethiopian army, supported heavily by Amhara militia units, were preparing for further operations into central Tigray, and these are areas that would be west of Mekelle and obviously south of Adwa, Aksum, and Adigrat. So, predominantly in this area where my cursor is circling. So we have to understand, first and foremost, that the Tigrayan Defense Force is not a motorized formation. It is not a mechanized formation. It is predominantly a foot-borne infantry unit of very motivated fighters that are used to fighting in very rugged and hilly terrain. So the idea of a rapid advance by the Tigrayan Defense Forces to go after specific units of the Ethiopian army in really any format is something that just is not going to occur. So it had to be within the strategy of the Tigrayan Defense Forces to lure the Ethiopian military formations closer to its power base in central Tigray. And that is exactly what has occurred. Large-scale units of both Eritrean, Amhara militia, and Ethiopian army units were in fact attempting to move closer into central Tigray. They felt that they possibly had the TDF on its so-called back foot, that it may be close to a military defeat in its opinion. And when I mean it, meaning the Ethiopian army. But that was a grave miscalculation. And unfortunately, the Ethiopian army did exactly what the Tigrayan Defense Forces was hoping that it would do. And that is, in fact, move into central Tigray. And specifically, we know the 11th and the 35th divisions of the Ethiopian army were making moves towards central Tigray when Operation Alula was launched. And this was a very prepared operation to, again, lure Ethiopian army units, very large Ethiopian army units, into the mountainous terrain of central Tigray. And this operation has commenced with devastating effect on the Ethiopian army. There are reports coming in that the Ethiopian army has sustained horrific casualties and are facing again a very large and motivated fighting force. Again, that wasn't really mobile, but when the Ethiopian army, the Eritrean army, came to them, that was a strategic blunder, and it was probably what you would define as a divisional size ambush, so to speak. When you think of ambushes in terms of company, battalion level, this was a move by large units of the Ethiopian army, Eritrean army, into these areas and the ambush was quite literally launched on a core level by the Tigrayan Defense Forces to go after some of these Ethiopian units that had penetrated into central Tigray. And again, they have just suffered tremendous casualties. And we could see the war start to transition into another format at some point. I would expect that we would soon see the Ethiopian army start to withdraw back towards its power bases near Mekelle, and the same for the Eritrean army. But we will continue to monitor the situation. Again, the fighting is unbelievably intense. Both sides are quite frankly taking casualties, but really the Ethiopian army took the brunt of the casualties by kind of walking into this what I would call just a monolithic core size ambush where two divisions of the Ethiopian army may have or in the process of being destroyed. Have a great day, everybody.